Hi, here's a short video on how to do the Ugears Model Drift Cobra racing car spring. All right, so take a close look. The instructions, well, right here, the instructions show how the initial setup. So you got 1, 2 circles, and then notice that it comes outside, the spring comes outside right after this little spring logo, and then it comes to the outside. That's important because when you do line this up, the hook is going to hook onto that guy right there because it's going to come on the inside once you wind it up. Okay, so that's the first thing to know. Once you get it set like this, you're going to put this guy on top, seal it down, and I'll do that and then I'll show you next. That's what the alignment looks like. Now I'm going to tuck that guy down onto the posts so that it's sealed flush. All right, let's take a little finagling and a little work with some tweezers to align these posts with the holes. But now I have that seated down so it's level and it's holding that spring. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is make sure that this edge of that spring is protruding outward. So I'm going to wind up the underside until the spring is contained within this cover. And then the last thing I'm going to do is hook this onto one of these posts, and I'll show you that once I get it set up. All right, this that little diagram right there is showing that the end of the spring is going to be hooked on the post just to the left of that little logo. So what you got to do is figure out where that little logo is, and it's right there for me. And when I wind up the spring, the end of it eventually will fit because the diameter will reduce as we tighten it. And then I'm gonna hook it onto that post. Okay, that's what it looks like when it's done. The spring is now inside of those uprights, these posts here, and hooked, pressure's off, and now it fits within that housing or shelter, whatever you want to call it. So what I had to do when that spring is outside, I had to hold on to the one edge of the spring, this hook, and then turn this lever on the bottom to tighten up the spring until it fit within the diameter of this housing. And as I did that, the spring gets smaller, and eventually it comes around if you hold the tension, and you can hook it on the post just to the left of that logo. Then you can relieve the pressure of the spring, and now the spring fits under that housing or under that cover, and that's what it's supposed to look like.